Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News starts right now.
Good evening. We begin tonight with a live look in Royal Oak, where city commissioners are deciding the fate of marijuana retailers. Tonight, they're weighing 3 contentious marijuana operations in the city limits.
City commissioners are hearing from the people who live near some of the potential sites. Complaints have ranged from worries over traffic to pushback over putting a marijuana operation in a residential neighborhood and another near a vocational high school.
The decision to allow marijuana facilities near the neighborhood, near the school, is a wrong decision. Why is it a wrong decision? There's no setbacks.
Traffic's already a problem here. There's a lot of areas that suffer from traffic, and I think opening it up in a very residential area may bring more traffic to unwanted areas.
Let's take you back inside the meeting as the conversation continues there. Mara McDonald is there for us tonight, and she'll have a live report coming up at 11. Well, the weekend weather definitely spoiled us a little bit as we get back to reality.
It really did. Paul, we're expecting temperatures to drop down into the 40s tomorrow.
Yeah, we have some colder air coming in, and I mean, it's going to catch your attention. Let's do some 4-zone weather first right now. We're at 56 degrees at City Airport, 54 right now over in Livonia. Canton, you're at 52. West Bloomfield at 51, 53 Mount Clemens, 53 in Sterling Heights. Down in our south zone, 51 at Dundee. Deerfield, you're at 52, 50 in Saline. But notice there were some 40s there in Jackson County, and we have some 40s in our west zone here. Look at Whitmore Lake at 49, 48 in Milford, 47 right now in Howell. And in our north zone, 49 Lapeer, Oxford, upper 40s in Ortonville, 51 Romeo, 50 in Melvin, 51 Sandusky, 49 Deckerville, and 52 in Port Huron. So let's take a look at the temperature forecast now. This is what you'll be dealing with tomorrow. So 7 a.m. or so, kids getting off to school. You're going to be heading off to work within the hour or so. Most of us in the 30s, maybe a few right around 40 here on the east side near the water. And then by the end of the afternoon, look at this. Most of us are in the 40s, staying in the 40s all day long. Maybe Metro squeaks out a 50, but most of us just think 40s for tomorrow because there'll be a breeze. Wednesday morning, look at this. The metro zone here barely hanging around freezing with lots of 20s here to the north. And then by the end of the day, Wednesday, I mean, barely scratching and clawing our way into the low to mid 40s. But as far as the kids are concerned for school tomorrow, dry start, upper 30s to near 40, and then scattered showers around the area. There'll be cold showers, maybe with a little sleet, mid to upper 40s for an afternoon high. We'll be back with the rest of the forecast with a brighter end of the week in just 2 minutes.
All right, we'll take a bright end. Thanks, Paul. Now to an eye-opening study showing the leading cause of death among children and teens in America is now gun violence. That's according to a study by the University of Michigan using data from the CDC.
More than 4,300 children died by guns in 2020, surpassing car crashes. Local 4's Pamela Osborne is speaking with police and community leaders about how to combat this problem. Pam.
You know, you hear that statistic and you just have to sit with it for a moment. Guns kill more kids than car crashes. This is an issue that Police Chief James White has been very outspoken about here, talking about getting people to secure their guns, to keep their guns put away in order to protect children. From 2019 to 2020, firearm-related deaths among children increased by 29%, making guns the leading cause of death for young people. So far this year in the city of Detroit,
year to date, we've had 13 children that's been shot. And, you know, with weapons under the age of 17.
2 of those children died. The University of Michigan analysis of CDC data signals an upward trend in gun violence. Chief James White, who has spoken out on the issue of guns in the wrong hands several times this year already, calls the uptick troubling.
You know, our babies are being victimized, and we have to care.
Gun violence is 100% preventable.
Pastor Barry Randolph has buried children before, and he doesn't want to see any more kids laid to rest because of guns. Through his ministry at Church of the Messiah, he's reaching out to young people and lawmakers.
Silence the violence!
In June, his Silence the Violence walk will be back because he, like so many others, are just tired.
I can't believe that we can't get this right. And we can get it right. We just have to make up our mind that we're going to get it right.
Everyone we talk to really seems to agree here. There isn't one solution to this problem. It's not only up to police or lawmakers or community leaders. They're all going to have to work together to come up with some sort of solution here. And they're hoping that this data is the first step in doing that. I want to mention that DPD is taking this very seriously. We talked about unsecured guns. There have been several cases so far this year of kids getting a hold of guns that were left out and injuring themselves or others. So police in those cases have actually started charging parents. Just one of the things they're doing to try to get the message clear. Gun locks, always free. All you have to do is call police. Reporting live outside of police headquarters, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Yeah, okay. Pam, thanks. Well, tonight we are learning more about the Grand Rapids police officer who shot and killed Patrick Lyoya during a traffic stop earlier this month. Christopher Schur has been with the department since 2015 after graduating Siena Heights University. Schur's name had been circulating since his face was seen in videos of his confrontation with Lyoya. His identity wasn't made public, though, until a few hours ago by the police chief. Right now, Schur is on administrative leave and has been stripped of his police powers while state police investigate. Tonight, Governor Whitmer made her first public comments about the deadly shooting.
My heart breaks for the greater Grand Rapids community. There's a lot of pain. The investigation is being done by the state police. I expect that to be closed soon, and it'll be in the hands of the prosecutor, and that's the place where the next steps are determined.
The Kent County prosecutor will decide if charges should be issued against Schur.
Detroit police on the hunt for a person of interest after making a chop shop bust on the city's west side. Officers say they found 2 Ram pickup trucks, a Chevy Corvette, and a Cadillac Escalade at a shipping container site this evening on Fullerton Avenue. The vehicle's value at $450,000. Police think parts of those stolen vehicles were being shipped out of state. No other details being released at this time. Neighbors and family of an elderly couple in Sterling Heights are grieving after an apparent murder-suicide.
Yeah, their bodies were found this morning in a home on Bangor near Clinton River Road and Shaner. Police tell us an 87-year-old man called 911 saying he'd shot his 86-year-old wife. Officers found the couple and a gun just inside the door of the home. Tonight, neighbors tell us what they saw when police showed up.
As we were leaving, all these police cars came running, and they all brought out their rifles and shields, and they came from my driveway to their driveway, and they're going down the side of the house.
Right now, police are still investigating that shooting. Tonight, Clawson police issuing a stranger danger alert to parents after a child was approached by a suspicious man at school.
This happened Saturday at Shalom Elementary, north of 13 Mile and east of Crooks. Police say a man driving a white SUV followed an 11-year-old boy around the parking lot, telling him not to be scared of him. That child then ran to an adult nearby for help. Police believe they have video of the man driving a white Chevy Equinox or a Ford Escape.
The White House wants Americans to know Pfizer's antiviral COVID-19 pill is available and may soon be easier to get. The U.S. has ordered enough supply of Paxlovid for 20 million Americans. Government officials will be stepping up outreach to patients and providers. The plan is to provide direct-to-pharmacy ordering rather than relying on states to decide where the pills go. Studies have shown Paxlovid taken within 5 days of first symptoms to be 90% effective in preventing hospitalization and death in the most at-risk patients.
Now to the war in Ukraine. Russia unleashing a string of attacks tonight against rail and fuel installations in eastern Ukraine. Officials say Russia is trying to prevent Ukrainians from gathering supplies for the fight. It comes hours after the U.S. Secretary of State and Defense Secretary met with Ukraine's president. They're pledging more military aid to Ukraine to show their support as the war enters its 3rd month.
All right, we'll be back in 60 seconds with something a local couple learned after a tragedy that may change the way you think about blood donations.
But first, a look at what's coming up tomorrow on The Morning Show. All electric and made in Metro Detroit. At 6 a.m., the highly anticipated vehicle launch that kicks off tomorrow.
Plus at 6:40, access denied. An incredible museum packed with warplanes, but you need special clearance to even enter. The changes being made so you can visit. And streaming at 7 a.m. on Local 4 Plus, Young Inventors. Wait until you see what some kids are creating. Plus a preview of the local event that will give them big recognition. Join our morning team from 4:30 to 7 a.m. on Local 4 and then streaming at 7 a.m. on Local 4 Plus.